Up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling them wrong. You got me like, oh yeah. I think that we've all had enough. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, it's too late to try to go contain it. A generation fueled by creation. We live lives on a small screen nation. We control the airwaves, no negotiation. I refuse to think we need saving. Something good will come from creation. And when we think that the world is too anxious, we'll adapt, evolve, survive and save it. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling them wrong. You got me like, oh yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling them wrong.
Oh, look at me. I'm retarded. I'm a globe.
The whole system is designed to disconnect you from your intuition. Why? Disconnected people are easy to manipulate. Everything from sunscreen to politics to the food industry. It's all designed to disconnect and manipulate you. We are in the middle of a war right now, but it's not a traditional war. It's a war on consciousness. It's a war on freedom. This is the time to listen, not to the news. No, your intuition, your gut, your heart. Love is the greatest weapon against darkness. How do you love more? You begin by loving yourself. How do you love yourself? You listen to the messages your body is telling you.
I'm scared, Dad.
Do you trust me, son?
Yes.
Come on, son. Rule number 1, never trust anybody.
All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that last little video clip has stuck with at least a few of you. Welcome to Sovereign Soul Unchained Mind, coming to you live right now from my den. So that's kind of cool. Just wasn't going to do no green screen on here tonight when you don't want any deception. So tonight I have Lowry backstage. I'm going to bring him up here in a minute. And we've got a few things we're going to go over tonight. We're going to talk about a little bit about the final experiment. I'm not going to get too crazy into it. And then I want to segue into how Psyops actually work, government Psyops. And you'll probably start recognizing that being played on you. And after a brief discussion about that, we're going to cut over to Rumble. And we're going to watch the movie Wag the Dog with Dustin Hoffman, Robert De Niro, Anne Hesh. Geez, there's so many big names in this movie, but it's really good and shows how it's kind of a comedy, like a dark comedy, but it shows you can actually see the possibilities involved with how someone could do pull something off, a psyop, any kind of a psyop whatsoever. First off, I want to address Lucky Haskins. I saw he put up a video there, I think, was it yesterday? And I looked at it, and he had accused me of plagiarizing his idea or some shit like that. And I was like, what in the fuck? You and Pabst Blue Ribbon need to take a break, buddy. I hadn't even seen your video, but apparently if somebody else has a logical conclusion about something the same as he does, and some little asshole in the fucking comments, some little snippy bitch makes an accusation like that, I guess we're just going to go with it, eh? Well, here's the deal. I don't give a shit about credit on it or anything else like that, okay? So to prevent that from happening again in the future, and you assuming that I have plagiarized your fucking material or some shit, I just went ahead and unsubscribed to you. So there, problem solved, okay? Thank you. Now, without any further ado, I'd like to bring up Lowry for now here. And let me see, I'm going to go over here to the chat, see who all's in here. I got Mojo Shop is in here tonight. Got Alan Nordstrom is here. Miss Maud Queen Bee, what's happening, Vicky? Tony Coriolis, we got the Don Coriolis is with us here tonight. Got Chilling is in the house. Let's see who else we got. Pebbles, Something Simpler. Nice. Saddle Bum. Truth Trollat. Shalom Shire Farm. And for some reason, my chat over in fucking Rumble is not doing what it should do or something. I don't know. It's like I can't type anything in the chat. I don't know what's going on. It's showing that I have 9 people watching. I don't know. Maybe I have to refresh it or something. We'll find. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Let me just go to what do I got to connect to a locals account to do that? Is that what's happening? I don't.
I'm trying to get into the Rumble chat. It's not letting me. I'm definitely in the YouTube chat. But
okay, I'm gonna see, because there might be just some kind of fuck up going on there, and we might just have to not know what the chat had to say for the night. Really weird. I am not. If anybody else has been having any problems on Rumble here tonight, please let me know. And if there's a solution to that problem, that would be great to know about. But in any case, we're going to do it anyway. Ha! That's how we roll around here. So what's on your mind tonight there, Mr. Oh, one more thing I wanted to address too. Yes. To my son, Ryan. We weren't engaged in a debate. You were engaged in deep-throating Donald Trump and didn't like the fact that I was pointing out the things that he did that were fucked up against the American people. Okay? So let's get it right. Let's try and get it right here. And had you not, for whatever reason, deleted the stream, we could go back and revisit it. So I'm not interested in it. You have a good time with your shit. That's another channel I've unsubscribed to. Here's the deal. I don't want to deal with drunk people. Ever. For any reason. Okay? So that being said, how you doing, Lowry?
I'm good, man. I saw the last one we did of this was like a month ago. It was They Live, which is like another one of my favorites. Truman Show is obviously one of my favorites. There is levels to this Truth in Plain Sight Hollywood stuff. I think the one we're doing tonight, Truman Show, The Matrix, and there's probably more, but like the ones that are just really, really right out in front of your face. This is another one of those. You know, if you wanted to go into The Shining you have to spend some time with, and you have to do Room 37, and you have to like really get into Kubrick's coding of his pictures, especially Eyes Wide Shut. This one's more right out in front. It's kind of fun to watch because they're not really trying to hide anything on this one. This is it's very telling as to how media works, and this is one of those ones that I would call a grade school decoding movie. Like it's really easy to see it. You know, I would say Shining, I would say there's probably pictures that are even like more decoded. They're harder to go through, but like this one is pretty much out there, and like my decoding time has been like 5 years, maybe 7 years I've spent time decoding movies. This one's easier, especially if you've never gone through movies. So like this is cool. This is going to be fun.
Sure.
I'll try to stay out of the way. Like I'm sure there's going to be a million things to say about each scene.
Oh, we'll pause from time to time for discussion and whatnot, of course. Oh, which reminds me, real quick, let me put this up one time just so that we can satisfy the little guys with small hats. See there, we get to do this shit. Okay, everybody good now? All right.
This is for
So
commenting.
the final experiment. So we've had like a little time to marinate on this. What's your take?
My take is very simply is like, and I actually like Rico, who's on the sombrero with me. He has a really good one for this. It's like, give it a week. Now I'm going to give it a week. I'm going to sit back and I'm going to watch it unfold, as it were. And you know, my position still at this point in time is like, I've known Jaron and Whitsitt for almost a decade, and they haven't given me evidence that they're bad people. You know, but we've all war gamed over the last 6 days now, it seems like. So like, we're gonna start to see data roll in, whether it's from body cam and or like readings. And just to give you kind of an idea where we're going, at least over at the Sombrero, is we're having Hanby on to present his model, not this weekend, but next weekend, the 29th, and we're going to have just Watson. I'd like to get his feedback, part 2, because every time the Sombrero goes, everybody gets to talking, and then we never get to actually focus on our guests because, you know, we're just a bunch of wild people on the Sombrero.
That's
So
not my fault.
it's not Nicole's fault, but here's the thing: it's like we're just gonna. I think within 2 or 3 weeks, we're gonna start getting like actual, at least sun angles and sun observations all over this place we live in, and then we can start doing some reckoning and start doing some simple shit and figure it out. Because yesterday was tough. I mean, that was a tough day. Like, the entire community just got mad. They got angry.
Well,
spiraled,
that's something I want to address.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, there's a lot of people out there that think that Jaron and Whitsitt were like bought off, or they weren't actually there. I think they dropped the ball myself. I mean, I expected more. But nevertheless, I'm thinking, all right, let's settle that debate once and for all right there. And it's a real easy thing to do. I'm going to run it by Jaron, and I'll run and see if we can run it by Whitsitt too. All we got to do, we can crowdfund. Everybody just send $1, and we could pay for both Jaron in California, near where he's at, to take a polygraph test, and for Austin, someplace in Florida near him, to take a polygraph test. Questions only to pertain to the final excrement thing. And that's all. And then, you know, with just a series of questions. You know, were you actually there? Had you been influenced by anyone? Was it, you know, that kind of thing? We can come up with a list of questions that would be appropriate for it. And that would settle it once and for all. And it would also save the reputation of both Jaron and Whitsitt, because they're getting hit hard right now. And I think that would be the most concrete way in order to actually come to it. Say, motherfucker, how dare you say I lie? I took a polygraph test. Look. See? And that right there, settle it once and for all, as far as that's concerned.
Yeah, and also the hive mind is going to come up with a million different reasons to figure out whether they were there or not or whatever. Like, I fought off like screaming lunatics yesterday in chat, and the day before, I'm just like, look, we don't know shit about what happened. We just have a couple of videos. You know, from my perspective, I just want a compass angle. I want some compass angle and some sun observations. And I'm pretty much already in pretty good space on this. It's like, I saw something over here, and you've heard this already, and I won't say it again tonight. They saw something 6,000 miles that way at Point Arenas, and 8,000 that way, directly out of my loft, that doesn't match up with what I saw in those 3 days. So, like, now we've got, you know, the data's going to roll in, and now we're going to have a heyday of people analyzing a bunch of stuff. And you know, if you're spiraling out there and you're having if you're having a shit fit about what happens, I'd say give it a week. And like, we've done this before. We got ruined by the behind the curve. They used editing techniques, in my opinion, to smash our community at the end of that movie. I think I want to believe that Jaron and Whitsitt were aware of this before they went down there, and they protected themselves from the editing techniques. I want to believe that they knew where they were going when they left Point Arenas, which was directly south. I want to believe that. That's where I want to believe. That's what we have to analyze. There's a lot of stuff to look at. There's a lot of things where I saw a shot where Witsit was live streaming and he saw the sun directly above. But then we had 360-degree cameras where the sun was 15, 20 degrees off the horizon. That's weird to me. I don't know if that's optical. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
We know that it didn't match. It didn't match.
Yeah,
okay.
It was high.
There's
It was
a
high
lot
in
of
the
people
sky.
that are noticing that. A lot of people are noticing that.
It was weird.
Somebody just said, polygraph test done by government agent is a no-go. Oh, I know. No. There's people that do this privately. Okay, and they do it for a fee. That's why we would have to crowdfund it. No. I wouldn't trust shit that the government does at all. But I think that would be.
And you
can't accuse me of shit because look at here. I'm telling the truth. Here's the proof of it. Blah 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 blah. Boom, and it only costs nothing because we crowdfund it. If everybody sent $1, $2, whatever the case may be, bam, hire a firm and do it. Yeah. I knew a guy. Shit, when I was growing up. There was a problem going on and they couldn't get to the bottom of which kid was the fucking one behind it. So they made them both take a polygraph test and they hired a guy with a polygraph machine and it was an expert and they did the polygraph test. Now back then it was only like about $100 or some shit. And boom, there was the results. We found out who did what. Boom, right away.
Yeah.
So I think that would be the best way that they could, we'll prove them right. Now you said I want to believe. I don't want to believe fucking shit. I want to know. Okay.
Of course.
I don't want to believe anything. And I know there's a lot of people, they're tight. They're like, I know Jaron for a long time, blah, 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 blah. I've known Witsit. Witsit is a good guy. He's a man of God or whatever. And all this other great stuff. That all may very well be. But I'm going to ask you this. How many people out there in YouTube land, in Rumble land, have had or known of someone who had a trusting spouse of several years who would never betray them, and then they find out that they've been fucking around on them, or that they've been bleeding their bank account, or some other shit that they thought they would be the last person to do it, right? So this is why it's important to operate from a place of logos and not from a place of pathos.
Yeah, I can agree.
Because they're narcissistic assholes.
I can agree on all that. And
because it's like, you're going to want to have a tendency to your favorite personality or whatever. He wouldn't betray me. Hell, I've bought 100 shirts off this guy or whatever the case may be.
Just for the record,
I've seen all his movies,
I'm not white knighting for Jer or Witsit. I'm just going off my experience with them in 10 years. Mm-hmm. That's it. Just for the record. And I also think
I've never had any experience with either of them where they've betrayed me.
Yeah,
of course, I don't let anybody get tight enough with me to betray me.
I would like some compass readings. That's really where I'm at. I'm a navigator.
Well, that'd be all well and good, but as somebody just pointed out in the chat, the fucking compasses don't work at the poles, man.
Yeah, that's troubling,
location
right?
tracking on a digital camera does, so you will have coordinates.
We think. I don't know how anything works out that far. I just don't. I don't know how that. We're
still relying on the same type of technology, and if it's all wonky waddle in that area, then it's going to be wonky waddle no matter how you do it.
Yeah.
What if the final experiment was the last attempt at mass mind control?
It was. It was a final offensive, is what it was. It's just like we saw in World War II when the Germans made their final offensive against the Allies, and it resulted in what we call the Battle of the Bulge.
I know it.
Right? That was their last attempt at a final offensive, and it just didn't fucking go. And it's the same thing here because they thought this was going to be the big be-all, end-all, catch-all, and they totally dropped the ball when they went there. And, I have to wonder, why in the fuck are you walking around with a laptop? Why are you using a laptop and carrying it around out there? Why don't you use your phone? What's up with that?
On a tripod.
Yeah, no, Duffy was walking around with a fucking laptop.
And it wasn't even like one of those like durable IBM like Husky laptops that are like all like rugged and stuff that you use.
And the battery power. My God, you're going to turn off all the unnecessary graphic shit like green screen overlays and stuff in order to make your battery last longer. I mean, that's elementary 101 shit right there.
Yeah.
So I just left it on. Listen, there's asshole excuses for shit. The thing about the overlay, the green screen, that's bullshit. Okay. And the thing about Starlink went down. So, why is the video gone? What the hell? That's pretty sus.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
I would like to know what happened on the plane on the way down there. I want to know all the internal stuff. I just want to see how the psychological the happenings that were happening between everybody. Again, I think they're still in South America, so I want to see what they show, because I still think, I've said this beforehand and afterhand, I still think the real experiment was the sociological experiment that happened on the way down. I want to see what happened with them on the plane, in their just dinner, whatever. If they weren't able to film themselves, then there's got to be film of at least one side doing one thing, and we've only got the other side, which is Duffy and McToon have been putting out videos. Jer and Austin haven't, and they might have a card to play there. I don't know. I'm waiting to see kind of what was thought through early hand, and see if they're holding a, dare I say it, a trump card. Sorry, I have to use that name. But is there something that they were trying to get off and see what was happening and how people were interacting down there? Because I still don't have any context on anything really. I would have taken 5 compass readings the first time I got to Point Arenas. I would have taken it. Where's the sun? Where do I see it? I would have 5 of those up on YouTube immediately. Are they holding it back because of a poker card? Perhaps. Are they not? This is me just hoping that they were thinking the same way that I would think. I would have been out. I would have taken 10 compass readings that day in Punta Arenas, and we would have already had enough, at least reckoning data of where their apparent sun is versus ours. And I'm coming from an observational standpoint, really easy in a high point in New York City. Right. At least I have a compass on my phone.
At sea level, kind of.
And we're at sea level, and I used my phone's compass. I didn't have a mechanical compass. So, yes, the phone's compass could be compromised, right? Okay, but I just went through it, and it was noon straight south of me. I was seeing a sun over there. They were seeing something up above. So, that would have been the one thing that I would have expected. We didn't get that yet. That's not to say that they didn't do it. That's not to say they're not going to show us 30 compass positions when they finally get back here and get the data. I wanted it live in real time. I didn't get it.
But see, that doesn't. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. That wasn't any. That's there again. What are we relegated to? Somebody else's fucking story. Same place we were before this ever took place, right? And like you said, Toon's out there dancing around, yelling at fucking Nathan Oakley about, where are the guns? Where are the guns? And Duffy's making all these fucking things. I mean, it's what in the hell? You know better. You should be having some live shit to be able to show. You're just relying on people's perception of you to trust you with what you come back with.
Yeah, and
if that's all well and good, and you already know that there's an assload of people that aren't going to accept it. So let's prove once and for all that they were there, and put all these naysayers to rest, and do the polygraph test.
Yeah.
I'm sure during one stream, we could raise enough money to get both of the polygraph tests in 2 different locations.
You might not even need to do that.
$250, and I know this because I have researched how much a private polygraph test is.
There you go.
Yeah.
So
also,
you may not even need to do that because, really, all they had to prove is.
I have a question. Who and why does a sun that's circling around them, spinning around them, who said that proves Duffy's theory? Who says that? Where did Duffy get that from? Why do people believe this? And why are people spinning what Jaron and Whitsett have said into this concept that there's one side or the other?
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like the unknown, and I feel like both sides don't know.
I feel like half of the Globie community or the normie community doesn't even understand what the significance is of a 24-hour sun, quote unquote, in the South. They wouldn't even know how to talk about that to begin with.
Live stream, the camera was spinning.
Well, yeah,
because it was following the sun.
Yeah, and they showed that, and
so the camera was fixed.
No, it's not fixed. It's moving according to the tech. The camera is actually moving around, following the sun.
Yeah,
but that's not really even.
The tripod does not move. The solar thing moves
but
because
it
of
does
the
move
sun.
around and it follows the sun. That's the whole idea of the thing that sits on the tripod. It follows it around.
that is moving. The camera
Right. The camera's
is
moving,
spinning.
which
Yeah,
would
so
be
we
something
know
in
that.
the sky is
How come
moving.
Sharon
Yeah.
and Witsit and Duffy and everybody aren't on like one of those topsy-turvy things that we used to have,
Yeah.
or one of those like spinny things that we used to have? They would be spinning. All of the cameras are fixed.
Fixed
The sun is spinning,
and moving and following the sun in the sky.
and then the shadows are warped.
Yeah. And now we go back
Yeah,
to
well,
me.
there's some interesting stuff in this next video I'm going to show here real
Yep.
quick.
Go ahead. Yep. Go ahead.
This is by Mr. Cheswick. Mr. Cheswick took the
Actually,
McToon's rant,
what's
What?
your Rumble handle?
SSUM369.
SSUM.
Yeah, here, let me just put it
We're
in
just
chat.
referencing it because I can't get onto the Rumble chat because I want to see that too.
There's no chat. The chat's not working. I don't know why.
Yeah, well, we can't get it to work
No,
either.
no, no. It's a referral code. I'm signing up through the Reckoner because I couldn't get in through Lowry. So if
All right, there it
needs
is.
Referral code. It is SS.
It's in the chat.
SSUM369.
It's right
Nicole, it's in
there.
the chat.
It's right there.
I got it. Okay,
It's on a
thank you,
different
sorry.
machine. That's why we're working.
All right.
We're on 2 different machines. Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
No, they never did get one. They never did get one, Cryptrick. Never. They not a live stream. They had one going on Rumble, and like I said before, I went to bed while it was playing. I was going to let it play out so I could get up the next day, watch it, turn it up 5 speed so I could actually see it really move and get some ideas to what's happening. Came out here, hit the button for play, nothing happened. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? So I refreshed the screen. It came back. Error 404, page not found. I'm like, what?
Okay.
Well,
yeah,
where's the
that's
video that they had up to that point when Starlink went down or whatever? It's all just gone now? That makes no sense.
Yeah.
So-
what was that from? Was that from the first day that he got to Buenos Aires, or was that when he got?
No,
to
that was
actually-
in Antarctica. That was in Antarctica. It wasn't fuck
I never
Buenos
saw-
Aires. Buenos
I never saw
Aires
that
don't
one.
mean shit.
I
Buenos
never-
Aires don't mean shit.
Right.
That's South America. They went another 4 hours.
The only thing I got from Jer in Buenos Aires was he was looking northerly at his midday sun. That's the only thing I got. I didn't get a compass reading or anything else. I just got northerly looking. So, let's see. Yeah, so there we are. I am in the Rumble chat, by the way, guys, on a different machine, so I can see you guys, and I'll try to.
Is the
keep
chat
up.
working?
Yeah, it appears to be working, and 'cause I work on 2 different machines, 4 different screens. So
Okay.
like, over here, I can kind of.
That's all I wanted to know. I don't care. I just wanted to know if Rumble chat was working.
Yeah, you are
Yeah,
definitely
that's
working.
all. I don't need all the rest of the shit. I don't care about it.
Yeah. I will
That
try
was
to
a
like.
closed question. That was yes or no. Okay.
That's
There's
it. That's
no-
all I wanted. I don't give a shit if it's an apple or if it's a fucking whatever. I
Yeah.
don't care.
And if somebody asks questions, I'll just relate it to you, Sav, if I see it.
Mm-hmm.
So, guys in Rumble, I'm watching the YouTube stream right now. Go ahead.
I'll try and do a refresh or something or reopen Rumble. Maybe that'll do it too. But real quick, yeah, apparently the Flat Earth Bee's Nest has been kicked. Said ADR. I saw Art Akudo out here watching. Good to see you, my man. He's in Florida right now. He's battling a little bit of a health issue, but I think everything's getting way better. I think he's doing good. And his family is coming from, he escaped California, dude. He escaped California. He's in Florida now. So
is that actually an escape, or did he go to the same spot? I don't know. There's some parts of
no,
Florida I
dude,
really love,
dude.
and there's
Have
other
you
parts I'm
been?
like,
You've
what?
been to both places, right? Have you spent any amount of time in each place?
No, I've only been
Okay.
to both places. That's it.
Okay, California is beautiful, but it's like North Korea.
Yeah.
Okay, it sucks as far as that's concerned. And I'm sorry, man. A lot of the people have sailboat fuel for brains. I'm not shitting. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm talking serious 5-mile-an-hour gusts going on up in there. That's about it. And just totally fucking amazed me. I asked some fucking kid. I said, "Hey, what time is it?" He said, "I don't know, man. I'm not from around here." It's like, oh my God, what the fuck?
It's like ultimately, like what information are we getting out of California? Like I didn't spend enough time to actually. I was in Oakland for a hot minute. I was in Northern California, up where they grow weed, for a hot minute. I haven't been to LA since 10 years ago when I was on tour, so I don't remember like a lot of that. But like I know a lot of people actually moved out of California and went to Austin, Texas. and into the Southwest.
So many people have escaped California that they don't have any U-Haul trucks because no one's coming back. No one's moving there. This is no shit. I know a woman that runs a fucking U-Haul thing at the hardware store, this hardware store I worked at in Lone Pine. A dear woman that runs the place, man. And she's got this, part of it's a U-Haul, right?
Right.
Hell, they're having to hire people to go to different states and drive the trucks to California for people to be able to rent them.
Well, something's going on out there.
Yeah, Newsom has totally fucked it up. He's made it into a complete nanny state welfare state. It's like North Korea. It's socialism beyond you could believe. There is no U.S. Constitution in fucking California. That's all. But anyway, Mr. Cheswick put out this video. I started to tell about it.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Where McToon did some kind of a rant out on the ice there about where's the guns, Nathan? Because this misrepresentation of what we say about no independent exploration, right? You will be turned away. This idiot's at a tourist fucking camp going, where's the guns, Nathan? Anyway, Mr. Cheswick did a song, and this is really cool. I think you guys will like this. And I told him I'd play this tonight. And if you're not subscribed to Mr. Cheswick, please go over and do that. I will put the link in the chat as soon as this music is done. So here we go.
Is shining, he's alone, raging into his iPhone, screaming at the top of his lungs as a 24-hour sun. Oh, how we laughed in this fat land at such a comical sight. To see the tune, the globe head goose spewing out his shite. Shout, hey! Where's the guns, Nathan? You promised that I'll see. All alone, you're raging. Everyone loves our blade. Oh, where's the guns, Nathan? In this lost secret. Not come all this distance just for you to take the piss. Going, here he goes, pacing like a lunatic, upside down on a spinning globe, but the best is yet to come. Oh, how we laughed in this fat land at such a comical sight. To see me tune the glove head goon spewing out his shots, swinging. What's the guns, Nathan? You promised that I'd see. I'm all alone here raging. Everyone laughs at me. Oh, where's the guns, Nathan? In this lost secret place. I've not came all this distance just for you to take the piss. The sun is shining, he's alone, reaching into his iPhone, screaming at the top of his lungs as a 24-hour sun. Oh, how we laughed in this fat land at such a comical sight. The civic tune, the globe head goose spewing out his shite. Where's the guns, Nathan? You promised that I'd see. I'm all alone here raging. Everyone laughs at me. Oh, where's the guns, Nathan? In this lost secret place. I've not came all this distance just for you to take the piss. Oh, where's the guns, Nathan? In this lost secret of this. I've not came all this distance for you to say the best. Oh, where's the guns lately? And listen, I'll sink a place. I've not came all this distance just for you to take the best. Where's the guns lately? You promised that I see. Till I'm all alone here raging. Everyone outside me. Oh, where's the guns lately? And listen, I'll sink a bit. I've not came all this distance just for you to take the best.
I talked to you about Antarctica. You deflected the message. You are a dumb liar. Every single one of your dumb followers needs to look at their lives and realize Nathan Oakley is a liar. Since 2016,
He's a liar.
He's been saying if you go to Antarctica, you will be faced with gunpoint and turned away.
What?
Where's the guns, Nathan?
What are you?
Guns?
Why does he look like
I
criminal?
don't see any guns, Nathan!
What a giant steaming pile of bullshit. I mean, just come on. It's like, look, man. You know, like you've got this little thing that's your one data point on our about 1,000 data points against that position, and that was a total show. It was literally a total show. And like he's got ad hom, he's got all this stuff. And here's the thing, and I think everyone out there listening should listen to this. They should go away now. Their business is done. They have proven their Globy thing. They've proven it. They should not, by logic, ever come back and bother us again. And I would look forward to that to no end. I never have to hear his voice or FTFE ever again. If they come back in and they keep doing it, there's a problem there, and we're going to find out in the next couple of weeks.
Listen, it's obvious that these guys really are emotionally involved with their balls. Okay, they're really emotionally involved with their balls to the point of mania, right?
Yeah.
Where they lose their fucking mind, get into their emotions, really into their fifis, all about it and shit. They can't look at anything objective. And
but we got him. We got him by the balls, as far as I'm concerned, because I'm not walking away from what I've seen and observed. So like, if they keep hanging around and they keep doing these douchey things that they do, then
it's because they're psychopaths.
Yeah.
Let's really look at it. Who acts like that about anything? Who acts like those guys do about anything? They're just hateful little shits that get out here, and then they've got these other little miserable assholes that follow them. And the reason the miserable little assholes follow them is because they like miserable shit. Okay? These are the same fucking idiots that like to watch the news 24/7 and yell at the TV and shit. They love that shit. And if there isn't something to be pissed off about, they'll find something to be pissed off about.
I mean, can we?
And then they always want to, and you say, "Why are you doing this?" Right? No, I'm on an altruistic mission to save humanity from misinformation. Oh, fuck off, man!
I know. It's so crazy. And I think like honestly, if you just really put your mind to this, honestly, if they still hang around in the next 2-3 weeks to 6 months, there's a problem there. Like what you prove your point. Clearly, you're right in your mind. Why are you still hanging out with us? Why are you still even here? Because we're still trying to figure this thing out, and you are out there saying the things that you are. If they hang out with us, even a week from now, 2 weeks now, 3 weeks from now, a month, it's fucked for them. They have no choice but to walk away. And I wish they would walk away, because I can't stand the sound of his voice. It's so... It's like
here's the link. Here's the link to that music video. It's also in the description. of the video tonight, and I'm going to put it over here. And I can't do anything in the chat till I restart that. That's what I'm going to do right now.
I do have the Rumble chat up just so everybody knows. We may not be able to like look at it as constantly, but I'll switch over from time to time.
Well, actually,
And I got another machine over here doing that. But like, I think that's a really good point to like setting up what Wag the Dog is, and I think that's really important.
I just have
and like understanding narratives and understanding how predictive programming works, how it works over the course of time. We're talking like generations of time. And I think like everybody in here will appreciate it. And like people that are on the fence that are out there that might find this broadcast, or people that are in here right now, this is going to be a really fantastic deep dive into how Hollywood works and how it sets you up for your expectations without you even knowing it. It's a really important thing. And this was a bad look for Globies. This whole thing was a bad look for Globies. Because now they have no choice but they have to walk away now because they've proved their point, quote unquote. So if they come back in and continue to harass us while we're continuing to look for the actual data and the truth, then there's a problem for their side because, I thought you already solved it. Didn't you already solve it? And take this into every chat you ever go into. I thought you guys already solved it. But you're still over here, which means you have a problem on your side. Something's nagging at your gut, your soul, about what you thought it was, and you're still here. I thought you got your proof. You got your little spinny thing.
There's a character on Facebook, this Colin Branham guy, right?
I've seen his posts. Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you still doing?
Yeah, why? Why still here?
And he says, oh, I do this because, you know, you get the standard, oh, I'm doing it to save humanity, and oh, I'm doing it for entertainment and shit like that. And I says, well, don't you have a family or a job or anything like that?
Anything. Go to the park. Go enjoy your life. Like, come on.
He's like, yes, of course I do. And I said, well, when do you have time to be with them and do your job and everything else if you're always on here fucking day and night arguing about fucking flat earth?
Yeah.
I said, you don't have a job. He says, oh, they understand. And I was like, I'm sure your employer, your friends and your family, and when you're at gatherings and such, they really enjoy you taking time away from them so that you can say some stupid shit on Facebook.
It's some sort of like a thing. It gives them like some sort of elevation in their position and like what they think. I was going to say,
they have to. When you get caught, when you get caught.
We should start a space book. I love
Facebook. Greg B in the chat.
Stop, you my
he
top
sace,
space.
"This is funny.
My top
this is funny."
Space.
It kind of applies. He's like Greg B. He's like, are there any bad stories from the Xmas party we went to the other night? No, I was so burnt out from talking about this. I wanted to just go out because we hadn't gone out in New York City in 2 months. And then after that, we were so hungover for the next 2 days because we were just up way too late. But I was like, I'm finished with people that want to come after people like us that we're just looking for like data that suggests where we're at. That's it. And like, I needed a break. She needed a break. We took 2 days off. I was supposed to go on Vlad's last night. I just took the break because I was just like, I cannot explain this till I'm red in the face. In that the ground doesn't equate the sky. And right. This is what we're going to deal with now. We'll see. We'll have some data in the next 2 weeks and how many of these cats still come back into all of our shows and say a bunch of stuff. And we're going to be like, look, you got your answer. You know, apparently you believe that you're right. What are you still doing here? And that's really the point that I want to make with you, Sav, is that was a great point. It was like, why are you still here? Why are you dealing with us? Well, you got your point. You don't have to waste any more time with us. You can go on and like enjoy your family or whatever you're doing. You can go out. You can do whatever it is that you're doing. Nothing stopped over here, and they hate that.
Well, see, the thing was is that whole thing. I guess it kind of like call it the Akashic record or whatever. Because I said that before I ever said anything to you. I said it to a guy I was working with. And he said, man, I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
He goes, they've proven it. Now they can go away, right? And I was like, well, yeah, fuck yeah.
They aren't going away. They aren't going away.
There's a few people that come to that idea, and I think more and more are as well. I think another thing, too, is that you got to understand, They're not just going to let a couple of guys go down there and not see a 24-hour sun. Okay. There's been a lot of time, effort, and manpower put into making you believe that you're on this limited little fucking ball flying around in space. A lot of time and effort. The only problem is none of this shit is working anymore.
It's not.
And they cannot figure out, like this fucking idiot on Facebook, right? I told him, I said, well, if you want to know some more, I said, you can come over to my Facebook or to my channel tonight and check it out, you know? And he's like, oh, what, you and your 5 subscribers? I said, you better go check out the channel here real quick, you know? I said, if this with, you know, combined with Rumble and the amount of people I'd reach on Facebook, dude, what do you got? And I went over and looked at his profile. He's got 13 friends. And I'm like, you're going to call me out about my reach and you got 13 friends? You've been on Facebook forever and you got 13 fucking people that even give a shit about what you say?
Yeah, and there's another thing too, like all of you cats that are out there starting like small channels or whatever. We just started a small channel. We don't have a huge channel. I'm talking about Reckoner and or Tinfoil. Is that if you just go into, you got a troll in your thing, just click on their channel. Usually they have 0 content and there's nothing in their channel. So like that's a way to check against like people that are harassing your channel. You can do that. I've spent years looking at it, like people like trolling in the channels. You go into their YouTube, they've got 0 content. It's a flash channel. It's a channel that has.
Well, do you know how a cop gets a snitch to working for him?
No, go ahead.
I'm sure everybody's seen that. They bust the dude and they say, look, man, we'll let you continue what you're doing within limits. You feed us information when we ask you for it, or you can decline the offer and do 6 years in Rikers. Which do you want? And so they turn to a snitch. So I want you to think about what happens when they catch some asshole with a bunch of kitty diddler shit on his fucking computer, right? What do? Do they send him to prison to get killed? Or maybe here's something you could do because you ain't going to make it through prison, bro. So here's something you can do.
Yeah.
You know? You toe this line and you're going to have a shift. You have to spend a certain amount of time online. You have to do this. No worry. We'll give you scripts. We'll give you scripts. You'll be okay.
And I think ultimately, like if you look back through the history of your work, my work is a lot of music, and only in the last 10 years, truth work, I guess FE work. I felt obliged to do it because I was seeing it and I thought, well, this is something important. You can go back through all my work and like you look at it, it looks like a natural organic growth pattern. Whereas you get somebody on your chat that comes in and talks shit, you go to their channel, there's nothing there. And then that's like the really important thing to do, like especially anybody out there starting something brand new, is go out and like, well, just click on their channel and see what they say. Mm-hmm. And if they have like one video and there's no history on the channel, it's either a bot or it's some asshole.
Just an asshole. Usually it's just an asshole. That's the bottom line.
Playing a game.
It's usually just an asshole.
Yeah, but how do we get people to believe the truth when to believe anything if they don't believe the truth?
You don't. You don't get anyone to listen. You don't get anyone to believe anything.
Right.
Okay, that's all. You don't. Know what? That's not your job. That's the job of the individual themselves. And don't believe it, know it.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing.
Intuition, pay attention to that.
Have a sense of
knowing. You were talking about something earlier, Sav, about somebody saying something on a channel that you said, and it was kind of converged. Consciousness, great minds think alike.
And also just like,
so the
just so you know,
consciousness is starting to like come together.
And just so you know, like everybody out there starting something new, you're going to get fucked with by somebody that isn't real. It's going to happen. We got our first trolls the other night. We broadcast live from the glacier, quote unquote. We think that's where they were at. And we went from getting 500 to 1,000 views to 2,700 views in one evening and like 170 comments. I was like, wait a minute. This does not line up with our growth. Right. So like everybody out there that's like doing this is what's happening here. And like, I think we should watch this movie.
Well, I get the trails that'll come in here too, but they come in here at their own risk because my chat will fucking eat them alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've
Good
seen
luck.
it.
Good luck on that.
You've seen it. My chat will eat him alive. I pity the fool. I'll pity the fool. Come into my chat and act like a fool.
Yeah, it's a slaughter. It's a slaughterhouse in there. Like when you come in there,
It
so you
can
just be
be.
careful, guys, if you're coming in
can
the
be.
troll.
So that works. So on these, let's kind of get into the government psyop, which I believe that this whole TFE thing was a fucking government psyop. The election was a fucking government psyop. The whole nuclear threat is a psyop. We've got the drones. We're just hitting with psyop upon psyop upon psyop, like a Russian nesting dolls. As soon as you get through this one, here's another one. There's another one. There's another one. It's just overload at this
If
time.
there were onions too, and they make you cry with every layer of the doll.
What you think about this, man, is that they can't even sew a good story anymore. People are becoming way too wise for it. Even their stupid drone stories. You know, everybody's like, look, man, we're taking the third option. Some of those are ours, and the other ones we don't know what the fuck they are. Because they ain't got no lights on them. They're just orbs and they move really weird. These other ones with the FAA lights on them, those are ours. So what's really going on, you know? Oh, we're looking for nuclear materials that have been stolen. Sure you are. Oh, there's an Iranian mothership off the coast. Sure there is.
The Galactic
I mean,
Federation
just
is
all this
communicating to
bullshit,
us.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm a correspondent for the Galactic Federation, by the way. I just want you to know. I'm a source person for them.
She knows more than I do. I don't know anything about it.
well,
There's no fucking motherships. They've been here this whole entire time.
in this movie that we're going to watch tonight, and we're going to go in about 9 more minutes. In this movie we're going to watch tonight, he actually mentions staging shit for the Gulf War as a past experience. He says, you remember the bomb going down the air shaft of the thing? And he says, yeah. He says, man, that got everybody behind the war right there. He says, we filmed that 1/10 size inside of a studio.
Yeah, it's also the babies inside the incubators. That's real time.
Yeah.
That's real time knowledge, or like something else that happened. You know, they always get into your emotional response.
But see, that
to
was the
get
thing.
you
We
behind
saw
the
that.
war. Let me get it behind the war.
Millions of people watched that footage, that gun camera footage of that laser guided bomb going down right down the air shaft of that building, and it blew up.
Yeah.
And he'll mention that in here. He says, yeah, he says, we filmed that 1/10 scale in a Hollywood studio, man.
Yeah, and there's also the I mean, this, whether it happened or not, I don't think it happened, but the girl down the well was an experiment in basically getting your emotions to believe in a certain direction.
Oh, the little kid from Cuba.
The little girl in the well.
The little kid from Cuba.
Baby Jessica.
Baby Jessica.
Baby Jessica, who went down the well, and she was in there, and these people were trying to rescue her out of it and everything like that for an ungodly amount of days or weeks or whatever. I remember that, man.
Yeah, and that's all like. And
the little
the
boy
shoe
from Cuba was the same thing.
Yeah, little boy from Cuba. The shoe on the street. They always like to use the shoe on the street from a tragedy. You'll show a kid's shoe on the street.
You're gonna see that in this movie. You're gonna see that in this movie too. The shoe, the long shoe, the old shoe.
Yeah,
dude, this is gonna be phenomenal too, because this is some of the same stuff. Always terrible shit to women, children, pets. Right,
Yeah.
That's another thing they do. And one of the things they do in this is they green screen Kirsten Dunst in a peasant girl's suit, you know, like dressed up like a peasant girl, and she's supposed to be carrying a fucking cat out of a burning village, you know, and they're
Across
adding
the bridge.
machine gun fire to it and everything else like that. And you see them behind the scenes, they're all arguing over what kind of fucking cat to use and shit.
Yeah, and it's really important. Like this is for some of you that haven't done movie decodes. This is very easy one. Like The Shining's very difficult, but this is a very easy one. Just like The Truman Show is a very easy one. Shining, very difficult.
Yeah.
This one's easy, and we'll show you. ODD used to do these all the time back in the day. He had some sort of preternatural like ability to decode movies, but it was like, we have like, this is a very easy one for a start. 101 decoding of movies about itself and about what it is, about the that's what it is, guys. And like, I can't wait to do it. And I'm like, also just so I'm going to try to keep it easy and let the movie roll. And then if something really, really extraordinary comes up, then I'll talk and we can stop. But I'm going to try to keep out of it. And then if you stop and talk, I'll stop and talk about it. But there's going to be a million things in this movie, so it's probably going to be about a 2-hour movie that lasts 3 hours. I think. Or am I right on that?
Well, we can. You'll see how it goes. We'll just when we pause it, then we'll talk about what's been seen. Right. I don't want to be jumping in the middle of it in all different spots, and then it carries on to a fucking long ass conversation because hell, we'll be here till 3 o'clock in the morning, and I have to go do some interior walls tomorrow.
Yeah,
I get to do some trim work.
Rewinding. Yeah. I like how we still rewind, even though we're not rewinding the tape anymore.
We're rewinding,
but it's still
and the
digital.
movie hasn't even started.
I always thought that was so funny. I'm like, wow, just rewind it, but it's just like, oh, just tap back.
So anybody in the chat or that's watching tonight, if you have not gone over to my Rumble channel, please do so now. The link is in the description of the video tonight. I will also put it in the chat. And we're going to be cutting out of here, I think, in about another 5 minutes. And then we're going to go over there and exclusively, we're over there live right now, but we're going to be there exclusively and then show this movie.
So we're going to drop off YouTube at 8. Was that how
at 9?
At 9. Oh, yeah, at 9. So, like, okay, YouTube channel, we'll see you. I do have a YouTube chat up. So I will, even if you can't see it, I'll try to respond to the Rumble channel, and then YouTube's going to die after this, so we'll work from there. Yeah.
Right. Nothing difficult. I'm just trying to, I don't understand why my fucking side is
Nicole working. Tried to get something rolled up here over here.
No, you have, this is the, I am the Reckoner channel.
Oh, so Reckoner's on here.
Through Love Lowry
so if you see Lowry or Reckoner on the chats, it's coming from one.
I'm typing as Reckoner.
She's typing as Reckoner. I'll be typing as Lowry on my machine over here, and then we'll try to answer your things or whatever. But I just want to do a Mystery Science Theater 3000 thing on this, and just like whenever something funny comes up, let's talk about it and be like, well, that's weird. That's kind of like.
I'm really interested in the positioning of the studio lighting while they are on the set filming the propaganda, because I think that might give a little bit of insight into the angles,
like the moon landing,
of the shadows of the moon landing, and the way that the lights are potentially positioned.
So there you go.
So I just wanted to say my wife is down at a bowl game for the university that she works at. She's in Florida. Game? Yeah, our university made it to some bowl game they got down there in Mar-a-Lago.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're down. Well, they're close to Mar-a-Lago. She's like 3 miles from Donald Trump's mansion, and they had halo jumpers come into the stadium. You know, those are those high altitude jumps that the SEALs do with the oxygen masks and shit, and. Right. Then they honored a 101-year-old World War II veteran and his 97-year-old fiance. 97-year-old fiance at 101. Okay? And that's crazy. She said that the 97-year-old woman looked damn good for her age, too.
Yeah.
I was like, that's amazing. So real quick, I'll show you all the video of, whoops, where'd she go? Bring the wife back. The halo jumpers real quick. It's pretty cool. And like I said, she's a beautiful blue sky down there. Let me, what have I got? Okay. Yeah, I can stop that and then present this real quick. Dun, dun, dun. Here we go.
Dedicated to the U.S. Navy SEAL. The Diving Museum is to preserve the history and heritage of the Navy SEALs while honoring their fallen on the Navy SEAL Memorial and caring for their families through the Trident House Charities program. The Navy SEAL jumpers will deliver the home to the referees for today's Utah. Nice.
Those guys jump from like cruising altitude of an airliner.
Yeah.
That's what's so crazy about what they do, man. That's amazing. I would be, yeah, listen, that'd be scarier than shit to me. Keep my ass on the ground. I was airborne in the Army and I loved it. But, you know, I look back at it and think on it now and I'm like, I was a dumb motherfucker, boy. I'll tell you what. That shit was nuts. That shit was completely nuts. Let's see where we at. Well, we're at 8:59. Like I said before, if you are not subscribed to the Rumble channel, please come over to the Rumble channel. I'm going to put it in the thing here. Unfortunately, for some odd ass reason, I'm not able to see the chat tonight over there, but we'll stop from time to time and Lowry can update me as to what's going on there. I don't know why they're giving me a bear of a time about it, but you know, hey, shit like that happens to me, and that's just how it is.
Let's check it out. Let's have a good look.
Yep, we're going to. I put it in one more time, and it's in the description. And it is 9:00 p.m. on the 18th of December in the year of our Lord 2024, or so we're told. And we are about to tell YouTube to piss off. Good night, YouTube. Whoops, wait. That's not what I wanted. I want